showing you how you can improve on your Microsoft Access forms. I'll show you how you can develop eye-catching forms, and I'll also show you how you can improve on your reports. Let me use a database that I'd worked on before. I'm going to use the school database. I'm going to open school database. I'd protected this database with a password, so I'm going to supply the password. I've opened my database. You go to create. As I explained in my earlier videos, there are many ways of developing forms. I'm going to use teachers table. You click on it. Then you go ahead and click on forms. When I click on forms, it will automatically develop a quick Microsoft Access form. So I'm going to save my form. You can as well close here and it will ask you if you want to save the form. I'll say yes. I'm going to give it a name. I can say FRM. FRM stands for form. Now it is teachers form. So remember, our form is FRM, teachers form, and I click on OK. So we realize that I've created a form. See here, form, teachers form. When I double click, this is my form. But I want to show you how you can make this form look better than this, what is displayed over here. So what you do, you close the form, you right click this form and go to design view. So first of all, when you click on this text box, meanwhile I can close here, you can be able to reduce on the size of these boxes, text boxes. So, but when you do it like this, it will reduce for all the text boxes. So what you have to do first is to first ungroup. So you right click somewhere here, right click and say layout, remove layout, such that I'm able to make edits on the single objects or on single text boxes and the text fields. So in this regard, for instance, if I want to reduce on the size of this text box, you can just drag it like this. In this case, I'm reducing only one text box. I can also reduce this. You hover around the middle here until it brings this sign like that. You click on it, can reduce last name, because you don't expect first name to fill up the entire space from here up to the end. So it's better to reduce on the size of the text boxes. Even date of birth you can reduce. So this is how you can always improve on your forms. You can see state, maybe state can be slightly bigger. Address, again we can reduce here, so that when I click on save, file, save, and I close here, and I go back to my form, you realize that I've reduced on the sizes of these text boxes. So we can make a lot of improvements on these forms. So let's go back again to design view. You can as well go to design view by right clicking on the name of the form like this, right click and click on design view. So assuming that I wanted to change the color of this background, it's very simple. You click on this bar here, it turns black. You right click and you look for fill stock back color. I can change the color to, say, let me make it, let me select this. You see, I've changed this color. I've changed the color. Maybe that is too dark. Let me select this. I've changed the color. I can as well change the color of this space, the space here. Again, click on this. Once you click it, it turns black. You right click and fill color. I can decide to make it maybe blue. I can as well change the color of the footer. You see footer, when you scroll down, you'll be able to see the footer. If you don't see the footer, you have to drag it and such that it is visible. So you drag downwards, you click on this and right click. I put that color. You can see now I'm changing the design and the look and the feel of this form. Meanwhile, I can remove this. You can always reduce the size of the form. You can always drag this upwards like this, such that I save, close, I check on my form. You see, I'm starting to change the look and design of this form. I can go ahead and change the color of these texts. Right click, design view. So you click on this first one and press the shift key so that you select all at a go. So we are going to change the color like that. You go to home, change this to maybe white or maybe a dark color, maybe that color. Okay. So you remember I showed you how to reduce the size of this like that, size of this like that, and the size of this. So you can make as many changes as you want to make the form look better. So you can even change the color of this title. So I go here, right click, design view. I'm going to change this to white. Click there. You can change the color from here as well. White. I can even change the text area black. I can give it a space. You can remove that if you want. You can reduce the size here. Okay. You can as well leave this color as white. Sorry. And you can always undo, right click. Let's assume that we want to leave it as white. And then when I close, of course, it will ask me if I want to save changes. Click yes. You can see how I'm making changes to my form. So again, I go back, design view, assuming that this one was not aligned properly. assuming that this text box was not well aligned, by either dragging, but the most efficient way is to click this one and then this. You click the one which is well aligned, and then you click the second one which you want to align, and you go to arrange. You click on align to the left. This means that it's going to align last name to first name text box. So when I do that, it aligns. Just do that first. Let me first align this to this. Align to the left. Then align this to this. Align to the left. So this is how you can align several text boxes at one go. You can as well add a picture or a logo on your form. It's quite very simple. Right click, copy. So I'm going to paste my logo here. Paste. So you can always drag your logo, put it here, and then you will be able to have a logo on your form. So save, close. So when I open the form, it will have a picture or a logo on the form. So go back to the form, design, can close this. If you want to remove some of these text boxes, it's a matter of clicking on it and delete, 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 delete. So there you go. So assume you didn't want this logo there, you can delete it. When you have a text box like this, you won't be able to reduce on the size of the form. As you drag on your left, you are reducing on the size of the form, but you need to first reduce on the size of this text box and then reduce on the size of the form. So you can see that I've manipulated this form, and if I close, say yes, double click, it opens. Another technique I want to show you is to make this form float. What I mean by floating, I'm going to show you that you go to the design sheet of the form, double click, or property sheet, pop up. You say yes. Pop up means the form will pop out. As you're going to see that. Say yes. So the form has popped out. You see now you can easily move the form over the screen. So if pop-up is no, you see what happens. So the form is not popping out. It's not floating. So it is always better to use pop-up and set it to yes. So close, yes, double click. So you can see I have a very smart form. So right click, go back to design view. All these are properties of the form. There are so many things you can do with this form. There are so many changes you can make on this form. So another thing I can show you, that you can make this form to allow only data entry, restrict users from deleting information from this form, or to allow edits. You do all that using this part here. For example, if I say allow deletion, I say no, go to the form view and see what happens. You won't be able to delete this information. If you click on this record and hit the delete button, you won't be able to delete. So if I go back, design view, click here, I go to data, and I say yes, it gives me the option of deleting a record on the form. Another thing I want to show you is if I went to design view and again go back to, if I say allow deletion, no, allow edits, no, and filters, that's not so important, and I close this, you see what will happen. I open the form, it will not allow deletion, it will even not allow edits. You'll not be able to edit. So if you say data entry and set it to yes, let's see what happens. What this one means, it will not show the previous records you captured. It will pop up with a totally new empty form for you to capture new information. So close this, go design view. Maybe another thing I can show you is how to make, assuming you had something like this and you want to make them exactly equal, you click on the first one, then press shift button, select the rest like that, and go to arrange, and I think this is under size. You see here it says to the widest, to the widest, to the widest, to the widest. It will make all the text boxes equal size. You can as well change these text boxes by giving them a special effect. You can have special effect, make them sunken. So that when I click, you can see that they are sunken text boxes. Okay, there are many things you can do to make your forms look better. And now let me move on to the reports. I can close this form. For the reports, again, you can make your reports look a little better. Create. You go to create, report. It will automatically create for you a report. You save it. This time it is RPT report not form. So we go to our RPT, teacher's report, double click it. Well, the way it has come out already looks good, but you can improve it a little further. Right click, design view. I can change the background color of the header. You right click here. You can give it this dark blue. I can remove this picture, change the color here to white, call it teachers report, teachers report, close here. So I can also change the color of my footer like that. So you can also change the color here to show different color if you wish. You can put blue, and then I save, close, so that when I open the report, it is slightly a better or different report. You can as well put a logo. So you copy and paste. This is your logo. You can reduce here. You can also change this to white. Change that to white. So the text white, and as well bold. And let's bold this as well. Bold, bold, bold. So you can save. Thank you very much for listening to my channel. In my next video, I'll show you how to develop a Microsoft Access fixed asset register. Please subscribe and share. Thank you very much. Talk soon.